Hello and welcome to I Know Jax. I'm Joe Talentino. How was your week? Mine was awesome, but I'm really glad it's the weekend. I love this time of year. The weather is gorgeous and I can start going to the beach more often. I'm just a beach bum at heart. I grew up in the North Georgia mountains, so I'm used to lakes or rivers, not the ocean. And even though I've lived here for years now, I still enjoy the beach any time of the year, really. Sometimes we forget how really spoiled we are. Many people save up all year to come here to our area for a vacation. And we don't have to go anywhere. We can just enjoy a staycation right here in Jacksonville. It's amazing how quickly we go from springtime to summertime heat, though. Lately, my AC has been working overtime. Hot weather always makes me want to sit in the shade on the porch with a cold one in my hand, which is a great segue into our first story. Recently, I went to the Veterans Memorial Arena for the Jacksonville Craft and Import Beer Festival. I had an opportunity to taste a lot of good craft beer. And I met some interesting people too. So talk to me about your experience here at the Craft Beer Festival.
It is beer-tastic because I'm a person who generally drinks the same beer over and over again. So it is allowing me to branch out and try all different kinds of beers.
Got to get away from that Bud Light Lime.
Intuition, John Boat, and Bold City Killer Whale.
This is a great opportunity for people from the beaches and Mandarin and whatnot to come in and go, that's what Bold City is, that's what Intuition is.
It feels to me like it's 2,000 of my closest beer friends, right?
Yes.
Well, as you drink, everyone becomes your
Maybe
beer
not
friend.
yet, but later they will be.
They will be.
By 9 o'clock tonight, everyone will be friends.
We're all friends.
Terrapin is very happy to be here. It's Terrapin's fourth time participating with this event, and luckily it's my first. So this is all new to me. This is nice.
Fresh eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Nice event. It's great to be part of everything going on. I don't think I've been to an event in Jacksonville that is quite this big or this spread out. So I really get a chance to experience the girth of what's going on in the craft beer scene in Jacksonville.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a Florida native. I work for Terrapin. Terrapin's out of Georgia, and I have a lot of pride in what we do. But I also have a lot of pride in my home state and how far the beer scene has come. And Jacksonville is honestly one of the top 3 cities in the state that's really pushing that mark, pushing that needle.
Well, talk to me a little about Terrapin and what you guys got going on coming in the future.
Absolutely. So we just launched our secondary flagship recreation ale on draft. That's our session IPA. Happens to be what we're drinking now. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. This is a pretty exciting time in our life cycle right now as well. We're kind of going through a dynamic shift in our portfolio. Rye Pale Ale is kind of where we rest our laurels for about 12 years. And now we're really embracing the IPA scene. Hopsecutioner is our flagship brand. Recreation Ale is our number 2. We're launching this month a new can called High Five. It's a California-style IPA. Okay. Whereas Hopsecutioner is more that traditional southeastern style where it has a nice balance between hops and malt. The High Five is really the West Coast version. It's dry, drinkable, light in color, very hoppy in aroma and flavor, a firm bitterness, even though it does have a balance on the end. It's not scratchy or lingering. So it's a really nice interpretation of what's going on there. And then we have a collaboration coming out with Green Flash called Tangerine Dreamsicle. Okay. It's a side project coming out this month as well. It's a tangerine and lactose IPA.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. We have Rye Cube, just kind of a nod back to Rye Squared we made a few years ago. It's a 12% approximately triple rye IPA. Nice. And then we're also releasing a little favorite of ours called Liquid Bliss. It's a chocolate peanut butter porter released in the middle of summer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, throwing a little curveball in.
You're supposed to look somebody in the eye when you do cheers.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
Let's do it
Cheers.
again. Look. Cheers.
What do I do in the 3-way? That's weird.
We started off as a restaurant. He started brewing actually in the basement there. Dale's Pale Ale, which like we were talking about before, was actually the very first American craft beer put into a can back in 2002. So that's when we started.
Which I happen to be drinking right now.
Thank you, by the way. So we started distributing that in 2002. Moved on to our Scotch Ale from there, Pilsner Stouts from there. We've got an IPA, an Imperial Red IPA that we do now as well, and then some specialties every year as well. So we've been around 34 states right now, getting into about 40. by the end of this year, and really just trying to push craft beer in a can right now and show everybody that's the way to go.
Oh, I know you're in Colorado, but you also are in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, we opened up in December of 2012 there, brewing in Brevard, North Carolina, so southwestern, just south of Asheville, which is Beer City, USA now.
So we can claim you as Southern.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're regional, man. We're regional and proud. You guys have 7 great breweries with more coming.
Yeah.
Every bar that opens up is a craft beer bar now. Gastro pubs. Everybody's focusing on food, quality, farm to table. Taste. Absolutely. They're willing to pay $1 more for something really good. And so we just really find ourselves, I think, really lucky at this point in time that we're at a point of a lot of growth with craft beer in the United States, especially in the South. Cheers.
I hope I get to do that 100 more times tonight.
I Know Jax!
He's not going to get to talk to me because the ladies are lined up for the Ardwolf.
My brother started brewing beer at Georgia Tech, and then he was doing part-time at Sweetwater, and he just really took a liking to it, and he ended up going to Germany for beer school. We've got an IPA that's really good, people seem to like, and we've also got a Belgian wit that's kind of a citrusy coriander style beer.
Yeah, so my name's Ron Gamble from Veterans United Craft Brewery. We're looking to open the tap room by the end of June. The background on the brewery is that we're a bunch of veterans who've gotten together to kind of take the passion, the enthusiasm, the spirit that we had when we served in the military and put it into our beer. And so far it's been a great success. We're getting ready to, like I said, to open up the tap room at the end of June, and we're excited.
Tell me a little bit about your flagship beers.
So we've got 2 flagship beers right now. One is Hop Banshee. It's a nice West Coast style IPA. Pretty bitter, but not sort of tongue scraping bitter. And then we've got Raging Blonde, which is a nice toothy blonde ale that has a little bit more hop flavor than your typical blonde ale on the marketplace.
So what are you guys going to do beyond that? Are you looking to do anything special?
Yes, so some people have asked us, what category of beers are we going to brew? So I've said, no, we're not beholden to any one category. We're going to brew, we've got a set of Belgian ales, Saison, strong Goldens. We've got some nice English style milds, extra bitters, and then doing some German style Hefeweizens. But really it's the whole gamut, because we want to feel free that we can express ourselves in the beer.
So what are you guys doing over at Dahlia's?
We are working on a rooftop bar. We will have our meeting next week about it, and we'll be featuring just a limited amount of craft beers and wines, so it'll be more like a wine craft beer bar. It'll be very selective, and if that goes through, it'd be awesome.
So tell me one of your favorites that you've tasted here tonight.
Oh, too many.
You're being diplomatic right here.
No, I've had a lot of beers I've already had. I had a lot of fruit type beers that I actually haven't had, a lot of strawberry beers and ciders.
The Abita, did you try that one?
I've had it before.
Okay.
I've liked it. So those are definitely interesting, and I had New Belgium's sour brown ale, and that was off the chain.
Off the chain.
Off the chain.
You heard it here first. So talk to me about Ardwolf and what you guys got going on. I mean, besides the great...
Well, I mean, we're getting ready to expand capacity, and we're going to be hitting the market a lot harder, so we thought we'd get out at the beer fest here, the Craft and Beer Import Fest, and kind of hit the streets hard and let people know that there's a new Ardwolf in town.
There's a new Ardwolf in town, and he's ready to roll.
That's right.
Whatever that means.
Exactly. We don't know ourselves.
So you got any new beers coming out?
We actually just brewed El Mariachi. It's a stout with a bunch of chili peppers, cacao powder, cinnamon, coffee. It's going to be bigger and meaner than the early bird special.
Sounds awesome. We'll have to try it out.
It's going to be a good time.
Ah, Merriam-Webster. No, I'm not talking about my old girlfriend from Albuquerque. I'm talking about the dictionary. They've added new words to the 2014 dictionary, and since I'm a guy who keeps up with the hip technology trends and such, I wanted to share some of these words with you. Now, a lot of them are online related, like selfie, hashtag, gamification, crowdfunding, and tweep, but there were some food related terms too, like turducken and pho, like pho noodles. Also, poutine, which is a Canadian dish with French fries and gravy. Poutine, really French and shishi, but pretty good stuff. Now, other notable new weird words on the list of newcomers is catfish. And here we're not referring to the food or the fish. A catfish is a person who sets up a false social networking profile for deceptive and nefarious purposes. Yep, if it's all over the internet, it is not necessarily true. I love how I can find out what's happening in people's lives through the internet. That's how I keep up, and that's also how I found out that our next guest recently visited an elementary school here in town disguised as Harry Potter. My sources tell me he did a really good job too, but as luck would have it, I don't have any video or photos to show you. So let's leave magic wands and brooms and Dumbledore, Hogwarts, and Gryffindor behind, and instead, let's talk about the magic of wine. I'm with my buddy Chris Chislett, the wine guy, and today we're going to learn something awesome. What's that going to be?
We are. We're actually going to drink some wine.
I love that.
Spent so many segments just talking about it.
I know.
How
and
much fun is that?
Not much fun. Let's drink it.
So we've got O'Neill's Cabernet.
Yeah, he's a famous dude from South Africa.
Yeah, apparently. I was kidding before we even came on air that he was a famous baseball player.
And I didn't even know. I was like, I don't follow baseball. He's a golfer, though.
Famous golfer. Famous golfer. So this is his Cabernet, 2011, South African Cabernet. We've already poured it in the glass, and we kind of wanted to talk more about the actual tasting notes. I think, a little bit itself. And
like how to taste?
Yeah, the actual tasting process a little bit.
There's a process.
There is, I know. You can't just chug
more
from
rules.
the bottle. I'm sorry.
I was already ready to chug.
Round bag it and go all the way up. So, first thing we want to look at is the. You can pick it up.
Okay,
I learned
hands
I
off
altogether.
did it wrong.
Yeah. So we pick it up. We look at the color first of all, and
that's color for you.
He was making fun of me, so I've got my notes, but this is the reason that.
Great way to cheat. I see how
you see. Right. So if we. What we've got here is a little bit of white paper with
some letters on it.
Some letters on it. This is how we look at the actual colour of the wine itself, if you can read through it, which as we kind of look down there, it's kind of hard to read through it, right? So that's the first thing that we're looking at. So it's full-bodied, right? Yeah, it's very intense wine.
Gotcha.
You can barely read through it, so that's just, I don't know. You can do it with just a white napkin or whatever.
Right.
That'll tell you that, it's going to be a pretty
Gives
intense
you a
wine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Cabernet, normally a really full-bodied, a little bit more in-your-face wine.
Right.
So let's give it a swirl.
I love swirling.
We love swirling.
I don't even understand why I do it.
Makes you look awesome. Right?
I know it does.
Plus we're wearing
very
black
sophisticated.
Shirts, so
very
it doesn't matter
sophisticated.
if we spill
and
anyway.
You know I will.
Right, well, me too, to be honest. So give it a bit of a swirl. Just helps it open up. Actually, in the glass itself, we just opened the wine, so it's kind of been sleeping for. Sleeping.
Like
in
me.
The bottle. Right, so we're gonna wake up. Yeah. So give it a swirl, and then give it a sniff. So I'll help you with some of these tasting notes.
I'm ready.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you with some of these.
Because all I know right now is this is a red wine.
Right. So it's from South Africa. Kind of weird country in its,
from a wine standpoint.
Yeah, when you start dealing with South African wine, it's viewed as what we call a New World country, so it's one of the newer wine-producing countries, but the wines themselves have some of those earthier, we would say kind of like barnyard.
Okay.
It doesn't sound
Yeah,
very appetizing.
No,
but
I'm not going to go there.
You will get some of those funky kind of aromas on the nose.
I got funky aroma going.
So it's not just all about the fruits with South African wine. Yeah, there's fruit there, but yeah. So give it a taste.
All right.
On the nose, I get a lot of black fruit, a little bit heavier. Mm-hmm. So like blackberry, cassis, plum, those kind of things.
Yep, plum. Got it. I love that noisy note.
I know he does. Yeah, it's just giving it a little bit of air in my mouth. But what do you think? I know you're not a big wine drinker, but
I love wine. I just never know which one to buy. That's
Right.
why I have you around.
right. So
No, it's pretty good. It's full. I mean,
It is.
That's kind of how I would describe it.
with a lot, with Cabernet in particular, especially from South Africa, you need something with it, right?
Right.
You need steak with it. That's what a lot of people have a hard time
So that's what you
appreciating.
pair with this?
Yeah, like the really
Meat.
full-bodied red wines. People have a really hard time with them.
Right.
But a lot of the time, these kind of wines are meant for food.
That's how you-
need
what you
something
pair it with.
them.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we've got a lot of plum, a lot of cassis, a lot of heavy black fruits.
Yeah.
There's some spices in there. You get a little bit of
But not too
oak.
spicy, really.
No, it's not over the top. A little bit of pepper. So yeah, even
What would you recommend pairing with that?
I mean, I like steak. I like lamb.
Okay.
I like picking up personally when it comes to food and wine pairing. I'm a big fan of picking up on the actual flavors in the food, flavors in the wine, picking up on that in the food.
So
maybe
complementing
some
each other.
Yeah, maybe some black fruit reduction with lamb or something
okay.
like that. So yeah, or picking up on the spices or the herbs and the
Okay.
herbs.
Herbs. All the herbs. Well, that's it for Ernie Els and us today, and we look forward to seeing you guys again on the next Wine Guy segment. That's it for this week's show. Thanks for hanging out with me. Right now, I'm finalizing the editorial schedule for the summer season. If you have suggestions for stories we should do here on the show, email your suggestions to me to joe@iknowjax.com. Most of our stories come from suggestions from our viewers, so make sure to share your favorite places to go with me. I'll be back next week with a brand new episode of I Know Jax. Until then, I'll see you on the internet. Next week, Chris is back to talk about wine. We're also going to take a trip to beautiful Jekyll Island, Georgia. And since Father's Day is coming up, I'll give you my ideas for what to do with Dad.